Rishvin is a Sri Lankan ex-Muslim who was asked to join a group to mass flag anti-Islamic videos. The funny thing is, this backfired, or if you can look at it another way, this ended up working spectacularly well for him. He ended up finding out through this mass reporting that some of the arguments against Islam were actually good arguments. Let's hear from episode 74 of the Abdullah Samir podcast what happened to Rishvin.
There was one group. We just need 2 minutes of your time to report do the mass reporting of un-Islamic and pages. So they added me. This is a secret group. Okay, they added me. So at the beginning, what I did is I was just reporting these pages, but I can't help seeing the pages and the content. So I found some interesting criticism about Islam. Then what I did instead of reporting this page, I bookmarked. I wanted to see what this kind of argument they are bringing against Islam because I wanted to prepare myself to give the reply.
Yeah, the model, yeah.
Yeah. So then I saw maybe these people might have got their ideas from Alizina or somewhere, maybe from Amin Nawabi. I don't know. That was in 2012. Who was active at the time? I don't know. I was a Muslim. So in 2012, so I saw this criticism. So it just started disturbing my mind because I already studied that Muhammad married a prepubescent girl and
Yes.
it is allowed in Quran and about sexual slavery. Yeah. I'm from Sri Lanka and I faced the civil war of Sri Lanka. Indian army came and we were in the Tamil Tiger control and Indian army came and captured all the areas. So if it was an Islamic military, I thought my mother, my sister, my relatives, everything would be halal to them as slaves.
Yeah.
So, but Indian army did not do that one. So that was also struck in my mind. It was in 1999 or something. Sorry, 1989 or something. That Indian army was a small boy, but I remember that how came they attacked these shootings and all going on, and they. So then I thought, okay, this is something seriously wrong. But very slowly, my iman started shaking, and the thought started like coming out. Okay, from the out of the shell. While this was going on, I met two interesting people when I went to Jaffna. That's my hometown after a long gap. I met two interesting people for the first time. While we three were talking, they were talking about the education system of Sri Lanka. Their view, what they were talking was totally a different dimension to me at that time. I asked, are you people Hindus? They said, no, we were atheists. I thought, wow, I've been always seeing everything through this color glass. Halal or haram, is it good or bad in Islam? Nothing else. So these people were talking in a different dimension. They were in a different view, much higher than me. So it's also disturbed. Then I came back to Colombo and my home, and slowly I dropped praying Fajr. So Iman was getting weak. Slowly I dropped praying Fajr. Then thereafter, I stopped praying 5 times. And every Jummah I went for Friday. Still, my research was going on, search was going on about finding the truth. And it continued for like a few months. While this was going on, and I started skipping the Jummah also. But every third Jummah I will run because there's a hadith that if you continuously miss 3 Jummah without reason, that you will be a kafir. So I don't want to fall into that one. So every third Jummah I went to this one. So this was going on while I got another thought, a different thought came into my mind. Okay, if there's a God, Allah, okay, He sent His messenger with His message. He sent His messenger with a message to the whole mankind 1,400 years ago. How many percentage of the people have accepted His message? Less than 30%. It's 25%, right? Muslims are around 23 or 24%. Yeah, less than 25% of the people only have accepted. Within that 25, how many percentage of the people have clearly grabbed, understood what is the correct Islam, what actually the God tried to say me? Because you see, lot of numbers of even more than 100 of different views about every issue inside Islam and lot of groups. Everyone claims that we are following the correct path. So all these groups try to follow the correct path, but they couldn't find the correct path. So then I saw this: if there's an Allah, He is a big time failure, right? Because He created human beings, right? He created human being, and he sent his revolution, but human being cannot understand his revolution. What kind of failure? I got,
Yeah.
for example, this Apple company manufacture their own iPhones. When they when they make a new update on their iOS system, it is perfectly matching to their
Yeah.
product.
Yeah.
And the Benz company or Audi, when they manufacture a spare part for their car, it is perfectly fitting to the car. But this God created man and sending the revolution, still people are trying to follow the correct path. They couldn't find. Sufi saying that we are correct, and Salafi say we are correct, and Tabligh is one way, and these Irhabis are another way. And we want to fight, and you understand these Irhabis, right? Is the jihadist mentalist people. So they are another way. So that's I got this is a big time failure. There cannot be a God like this. If he is a big father figure, then he can't be a failure. So that was the point that I understood. Uh, Islam is a failure. Then the second thing, this Adam Eve story. What mistake Adam did? Nothing. When
Mhm.
Allah was about to create the man, he said that
Yeah.
I'm going to create my Khalifa on earth. Then the Malaikas, according to Islam, Malaikas ask, are you going to create somebody who is going to do fitna in the world? Chaos in the world?
Yeah.
He said, I know more than what you know to Malaikas. This is the same answers that every Muslim scholar will say that you don't know Islam, that I know more than what you know. Okay, so Allah said, but what? At the end of the day, what we are witnessing? A lot of chaos around the world, right? And a lot of people reject.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of this issue, Satan said that I won't bow down to Adam. Okay, that was the problem, the egoist problem between Allah and Shaitan. What did
Yeah.
Adam had to do that one? Adam. What was his role there? He was nothing, right? Did he ask Satan to bow down him? No. Then why God have to take revenge on us rather than settling his egoist issue with Satan directly? He should have dealt
Yeah.
it with directly with Satan. Too powerful superpower. We are all poor, very poor, right? Why he send this Satan, give all the freedom and sent and goes and end of the day he says in Quran, I created most of the human and jinnis for hellfire.
Yeah.
I can't remember this verse, but it's said in Quran. I created most of you for hellfire
Yeah.
from jinn. So then, what kind of failed God he declare himself? He declare that I created most of you for hell, just
Yeah.
because he had an egoistic issue with Satan. So then I was 100% sure this religion is not from a God who created me. Then I didn't know where to go. I was so confused. I found Islam is completely wrong. Then I couldn't satisfied with any other religion because most of this logic apply to all other religions because none of these religions have 50% of the followers. Even Christianity was the majority religion followed by most of the people, but still it has its own divisions like Protestant, Catholics, Jehovah's Witness, Mormons, and a lot, and Seventh-day Adventist Church and all. So I didn't find any religion have the answer to this question. So then I was searching what was my identity. I didn't understand anything. So I was alone. I thought maybe I was the only one. What I'm going to do? And then I found a interesting term called SBNR, spiritual but not religious. Okay, I thought, okay, I may be like that because I still think there can be a God, but these religions are man-made. So that for a small period of time, my religious view on Facebook was SBNR, but not for most of the Muslims. Or none of the Muslims didn't understand what I try to say because maybe for the S they may say it's a Salafist and Salafist national something like that. SBNR they didn't understand. For the S they might have thought that okay,
Did
this guy
you
is trying to say
make
Salafi.
this up? This SBNR? I never heard of this before. It sounds like deism.
Yeah, deism. Yes, deism. But that
Ah.
was the first time I found something on Facebook like that. Then it
Ah.
took me for another year to find. Okay, there's a term called ex-Muslim. That time I didn't know any of you. Even I didn't know Mariam. I didn't know anybody. I left myself after studying Islam. But most of the people think that okay, I left Islam because I read some book of Dawkins or
Yeah.
Sam Harris or somebody. They think no, I didn't read anything. I
Yeah.
left Islam after studying Islam.
Yeah.
So that's what even in my other interview with Jamal a couple of months back also I said Muslims, please study the life of Muhammad, but study it properly with an
Yeah.
open mind.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, do check out the full video Available on any podcast platform under the Abdullah Samir podcast, or check below in the details for the full link of the video on YouTube. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, leave a thumbs up, and leave a comment for Rishvin. This is your friendly neighborhood ex-Muslim Abdullah Samir signing out.